Hey friends, what's going on there? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and the lesson today coming at you for this great song by Kacey Musgraves. It's called Slow Burn. I just have listened to her for the first time today and immediately hooked me. Her music is awesome. This is the opening track to her new album. It's a great, great song. You only need 4 chords for most of the song, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll show you the 4 chords, and also I'm going to show you the strumming. I'm going to start with some simple strumming patterns. If you're a beginner, to keep it nice and simple for you, I'll tell you where to put the accents, and then I'll sort of show you some more intermediate patterns in case you want to layer on the complexity and get to something a bit more rhythmically interesting. So if you haven't heard this song yet, check it out. And the live version of this song she did on the Colbert Show is awesome. Great set, great performance, awesome, awesome jacket she has on. It's just a great, great package all around. So check out the song if you haven't heard it yet. But let's look at this song. Okay, so there's 4 chords you need for the main pattern you have for the whole song. Okay, so that's going to be an A chord, and we're going to be in no capo and standard tuning. Okay, so the A chord is basically A major. It's the thinnest 5 strings, open, second, 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 open. Okay, if you want to throw in an A sus2 by lifting up the B string note, you can. Okay, either one of those. Then you'll need an E minor chord. That's all 6 strings. Open, second, second, open, open, open. Okay, the 3rd chord is a G, and you can play the G with 4 fingers like this. 3rd, 2nd, open, open, 3rd, 3rd. And if you want to, you can leave that B string, the 2nd string, open if you like. It'll sound good just the same. And now this 4th chord is the tricky one. Now, it sounds like a D sus2 if you're just going to keep it simple, which is open, 2nd, 3rd, open. But what it looks like she's doing is playing it like this. Okay, so what's going on here? First of all, let's take off this bass note for a second. Then you have this shape. You know, it's an interesting sound, but what you have is basically a C shape, C major, and you're just sliding up 2 frets. But what's happening is because the E string and the G string are left open and ringing, you get these sort of different notes that aren't typically in a D major chord. So it adds a bit of character to the voicing. And it looks like when she plays it, she's putting her ring finger on the 5th fret of the low E string. So you get 5th, 5th, 4th, open, 3rd, open. So technically this is like a D over A, and then you have this G and the E strings ringing. Now, I have seen her play the C chord like this, like a C over G. So I also think you could just play it like this. You could just play the thinnest 5 strings and do 5th, 4th, open, 3rd, open. And again, to me, this is a much more approachable way to play this chord because basically you're taking that C shape that you already know and you're just moving it up 2 frets. That's a lot easier for my brain to grok than sort of having to remember to change, you know, my ring and pinky fingers to get those bass notes. But I leave it up to you. Just keep those chords filed away. Do the D sus2 if you want the easy version. Just do this sort of C that's slid up 2 frets to do the, you know, the kind of weird D chord. And if you want to do the go full Austin weird, you can do this. Okay, they all sound good, all right? So basically, what you're going to notice here is we have 4 counts on each of these chords. So A, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And that's going to be the sort of structure and the timing for the entire song. And now let's look at strumming pattern. Okay, to keep things really simple, let's start with one that's just all down strums, and you're going to strum on the count, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going through the progression here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But from there, what I really want to recommend you do is put the accent on the 3rd count of each 4 count cluster, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to play this song, if that's your goal to play the whole thing and maybe sing it, what I recommend doing, if this strumming is giving you any kind of trickiness, is play it without playing any of the chords, right? Just hold the strings lightly and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You really want to feel that 3 count sort of build up, and then you sort of release it on the 3, and it really gives the accent to make each measure sound a bit more interesting, right? Now, if you want to take things further, what you can do is just add some upstrums. So down, up, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the accent stays the same. You're just doing 8th note strumming instead of quarter note strumming, meaning you're doing 8 strums for the entire 4 counts, right? So. 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So that's the next one I would suggest doing. And again, practice it without the chords if you need to. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? All right, now the final trick I'll show you with the strumming here is what you can do with the E minor and the D is come into those chords an 8th note later than you normally would. So meaning, instead of changing to those chords on the 1 count, we're gonna change on the 1 and count, right? The and count after the 1. And what that sounds like is it adds a bit of just tension and drama, right? You're kind of not, everything is not on the nose with the 1 count. So it sounds like this. And if we were to count it, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay? And basically, the last thing I'll show you here is a bit more of accenting you can do with the strumming, where I'm basically going to favor a strumming pattern that almost sounds like this. Down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Okay? But I'm still going to do strumming on every up and down strum. I'm just going to sort of accent those strums that I showed you, right? And this is really tricky. You kind of have to feel the pulse, right? But okay, so that's really the core of the song. The one thing I'll say though is, if you're clever, you might have noticed this already, if you know the song well, sometimes instead of going to the E minor, she goes to a C. So that would sound like this. Okay, but it sounds like she never does that twice in a row, and it's always, I think, in those gaps that happen between each of the verse sections. Okay, so listen along with a keen ear if you want to catch when to do that. But otherwise, those are the 4 chords you need to do this song. Those are some strumming patterns to get you started. And you know, if you've never heard this before, I hope you found this lesson kind of helpful. And if you're looking for a challenge, really go into that D over A chord. Okay, it's a new shape, and it was sort of fun when I was practicing it to practice going to it, you know? Oh, I messed up. It was sort of like wiring my brain to do something new, right? And I noticed that sometimes I'm sort of sloppy and, you know, on the ring finger, so I'll take it slow. Try to get it to sound like that, right? One more time. All right, so So I hope you had fun with this lesson. Again, check out that Colbert Show performance she did. I think it's a really just awesomely high definition, great sounding performance live, which is cool to see how they play it. You can see some of her backup guitarists who are doing some cool stuff with the capo, and that would be for a different lesson, but they can sort of add some additional guitar voicings and layerings to everything. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had fun with this one. And until next time, make sure you check out my channel, Song Notes, which you're watching right now, obviously. But hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Like this video, comment, let me know what other songs you might want to hear lessons for. I get lots of requests, but it's always good to know what folks are looking to hear. And if you love this lesson, if it was super helpful to you, there's a tip jar on my website. You can throw a few bucks my way, and it would be very much appreciated. It helps support me and this crazy project of mine to make you these awesome lessons. Otherwise, I leave you now, my friends. Have a great night. Take care, keep on rocking, and pick up that guitar and play. Bye-bye.